Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about burgundy eyeshadows. Burgundy is definitely one of my favorite color stories in palettes and one of my favorite shades to wear around my eyes. I find that it definitely makes my eyes pop and it gives me a lot of depth to the eye look, which I love. I have quite a few palettes right here in front of me to talk about. These 8 palettes happen to be favorite palettes. Like, each one of these has definitely been in one or another favorites video because I love their formula, their color story, combinations, etc. And I cannot wait to share them with you. If you love makeup content, if you love eyeshadow palette content, definitely do not leave without subscribing to my channel because I will be making more videos like this one. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started. All of the palettes that I'm going to be talking about today are of course linked down below in the description box of this video. So if you end up wanting to purchase any of these palettes, please use the shopping links I'm leaving you down below. That helps out my channel. And if you want to find out anything that I am wearing on my face today, all of it is listed down below as well. Now let me tell you, I feel like I have a really excellent variety in front of me as far as sizes is concerned because I have teeny tiny palettes and I have pretty big palettes and they range from high-end to luxury. I don't have any drugstore burgundy palettes in my collection that I can show you, so these are the chosen ones. One more thing I want to add is that I am not ranking these at all. I'm just going to go in whichever order they appear in front of me. This is not a rankings video. I am just sharing my passion for burgundy eyeshadow shades with you, and like I said, these are the chosen ones. The first palette I want to show you is a pretty obvious choice because this palette is from one of my favorite brands and it not only has like a few burgundy tones in there, it's like a burgundy monochromatic palette, which not all of these palettes are. And of course I'm talking about the Huda Beauty Naughty Nudes palette. This is an 18 pan palette that pretty much has what I'm going to call a monochromatic burgundy color story, and I'll explain why. There are 3 burgundy mattes in this palette, so whenever you use the lighter shades that come in here as your crease shade, you will for the most part always go into one of those burgundy shades to deepen it up, and then besides that it's got these shimmer shades right here that are very complementary to the burgundy color. I have done a 5 looks 1 palette video with the Naughty Nudes palette by Huda Beauty, and let me tell you, I absolutely loved each and every one of the looks that I created with this palette. I always love the Huda Beauty formula that gets put into these big 18 pan palettes. These are usually made in Italy, which means that the quality of the shadows is simply superb. Let me go ahead and swatch the true burgundies of this palette and then we'll swatch some complementary shades as well. I guess this middle one is not necessarily a burgundy, but it's a pretty warm brown. I would still kind of call it a burgundy maybe. It's the cousin of a burgundy. Anyways, here are those stunning shades. And then you have colors like this one here, and why not this one as well? Ooh, and this one. See, like all of these are such complementary colors to the burgundy color story. Check them all out right here. I'm obsessed with how shiny and pigmented these are. They are all very blendable into one another. They layer well. This palette has no faults when it comes to burgundy shades. I really love it, and if you like me are a burgundy eyeshadow lover, that has to be a staple palette in your collection. Let's keep going with Huda Beauty because I do have one more Huda Beauty palette that has amazing burgundies in it, and that is of course the Nude Obsessions Rich right here. This one is a 9 pan palette. This, unlike the previous formula, is a formula that is made in China. However, this formula is also pretty great. Honestly, I don't think it's as great as this one, but for the price, which I believe is $29, you are getting an incredible formula, a very travel-friendly palette and an incredibly beautiful burgundy color story. When this palette came out, I did a 2 looks video with it, so definitely check it out if you need some burgundy inspiration. And just like with the previous palette, let me show you some really fun swatches. Let's do the mattes first, right here. Whenever you mix the burgundy to like darken up any of these shades, it is magic. I love the way it looks. And then we also have these stunning shimmers right here, which of course are perfect for those matte shades. Besides that, it's definitely a good idea, even when you're going for a specific color story, to have colors that aren't necessarily like that exact color, but that will pair well with that color. And so of course this palette has this beautiful champagne pinky type of a shade, and this rosy almost type of beige matte. The Nude Obsessions Rich is an incredible palette, and I do highly recommend it if you don't want to go for like the Naughty Nudes by Huda, because maybe it's a little pricey or a little too big, or maybe you're just not as into burgundies as I am and you want a smaller, more affordable option. Then this is definitely the one to go with. The next palette I'm going to talk about is going to piss a lot of people off because it is discontinued. It is amazing and Charlotte has not brought it back, but if I'm talking burgundy palettes, I just have to talk about the Fire Rose Quad. This little quad is totally capable of giving you the most beautiful burgundy looks, even if it only has one burgundy shade, because this burgundy shade is spectacular. And then Charlotte paired it with some beautiful shimmery glittery shades that totally complemented. This right here is what the quad swatches like. It is absolutely stunning, and even though it's pretty sad that it got sold out and discontinued so fast, don't cry, because I do have other quads that I'm about to show you that I think are pretty much the same, if not maybe one of them even better than this one. So just take one last look right here and let's go ahead and talk about those. If what you need is a burgundy palette that is super teeny tiny small because you want it to fit in a certain purse or travel bag or whatever, then the best palette to go for instead of the Fire Rose is this one right here. This is the Natasha Denona Mini Love palette, and I am also obsessed with this one. It has this stunning burgundy. This one burgundy does lean a little bit more purpley, but it is a stunning cool tone burgundy type of a shade right here. It has this other stunning cool tone matte shade that you can mix it with, and one of my favorite shades that Natasha Denona makes is this one. It is called You, and it is the most stunning rose burgundy type of a shimmer, and totally one of the main reasons that I am obsessed with this palette. Just look at how that shines, and imagine it combined with this super deep, rich, cool tone burgundy type of color. This mini palette from Natasha Denona is definitely a favorite of mine, 100% worth it. Out of all of these small palettes we are going to talk about, this is definitely the most affordable too. I believe these retail for $25. The Fire Rose from Charlotte would have been $54, and the next one I'm going to talk about is also in the 50s. So the best price right here at $25, an incredible color story. And you guys know Natasha Denona makes one of the best eyeshadow formulas on the market right now, so this is worth every single penny. I've definitely used that Natasha Denona palette a handful of times here on my channel, but I don't know if I have any like pictures to show you of like specific looks, unfortunately. Now let's move on to the next quad that obviously had to be in this video, and you can also get instead of the Fire Rose. In fact, I believe this one is closer kind of to the look of the Fire Rose than the Natasha Denona one, but I love the Natasha Denona one, and that one is like a smaller packaging. Anyways, we certainly have to talk about this Beautiful quad right here. My face lights up every time I see this one still. It is definitely one of my favorite palettes in my collection. This is the Venus in Flares Luxe Quad from Pat McGrath in Voyeuristic Vixen. And where do I even start with this one? I know that a bunch of you got this palette because of my initial reaction to it. I still have some very strong emotions towards it, okay? Let's go ahead and swatch it. Oh, and I have done a video, I believe, doing 3 looks with this one that I can show you, so definitely check it out. This right here, this is the cry-worthy shade for me. It's a stunning duochrome shade. On the screen right now, it looks very rose. When I look at it, it looks like a yellow gold. It has such a beautiful shift that it's not really caught on camera. If you have it, you know. Anyways, the burgundy shade in this one is this stunning matte right here, which is beautiful. And then it has this bronzy shade that you can combine it with, which has amazing shimmers. It has this beautiful light shimmer right here that you can use on the inner corner of the eye or to lighten up the center of the eye. And then of course my favorite shade right here, which is that absolutely stunning duochrome glitter deliciousness right there. Just take a look at these stunning shades right there. If you love purple eyeshadow, this needs to be a staple in your collection. You will have zero regrets. One of my favorites, no, my favorite, period. Pat McGrath quad right here. I'm obsessed. I'm still obsessed. Every time I pull it out, it brings a smile to my face. This quad is amazing and I simply cannot recommend it enough, okay? Let's move on to the next palette. This next one is also discontinued and I apologize, but I love it, and the reason I love it is mainly the burgundy and burgundy complementary colors that it has, so we have to talk about it. And that is the Odins Eye Red Dragon palette, which was a collaboration with Judy. This palette is amazing. Look at these 2 shades down here, which are totally the vibe that we're going for today. Are you kidding me? This one's a lot of a warmer, redder type of a shade. And then we have this cool tone beets type of a color right here. I guess this one does swatch a lot redder than I remembered, but still, this is a beautiful, beautiful burgundy right here. And let me show you the shades that this palette has that I love to combine with this one. We have shades like Yin right here, which combine beautifully. And then Overheat, Amber, and even Luna, because Luna looks more green, but it has a duochrome. Actually, to you it looks burgundy. To me it looked kind of green. I was about to explain it has this really strong duochrome green burgundy type of thing going for it. Anyway, here are the shades. This is the matte that I love to combine with the burgundy, and then here are the stunning shimmers right there. The Red Dragon palette from Odins Eye was definitely one of my favorite palettes that came out last year, and the color story is definitely the reason why I absolutely love it. And I'm going to stop talking about it because unfortunately it is discontinued. 2 more palettes to talk about, one of them the one that I'm wearing, of course. And the next one I'm going to talk about though is another one that I don't think you can get anymore. I'll definitely link it if I find it anywhere. And I'm talking about this green palette right here. I know, lots and lots and lots of green, but let me tell you why it made it to this video. Because the main reason I love this palette is not the greens, it's the burgundy shades down here. So this shade, To Die For, it combines beautifully with this one and this one. And then this palette has the most stunning duochrome, multi-chrome maybe shimmer down here that I die for. And I also love this one. So let me go ahead and swatch them all for you. Here is my stunning, oh so buttery burgundy. I feel like that is the best burgundy swatch we've had this entire video, and we've swatched Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona shades already, and just look at how smooth that is. The formula is incredible. Did I even say what this palette was? This is the Odins Eye collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. It is called the Gila palette. And then look at my favorite shimmer right here. Ooh, I mean, you guys can see the shift with this one for sure. And then this color I actually have on my inner corner today. Why can you barely see it? Okay, just take a look right there. Just mainly for like this shimmer you can barely see, this stunning multi-chrome shimmer right here, and this one. This palette is incredible and one of my favorite burgundy color stories, because trust me, when you combine this stunning burgundy with any of these more warm shades, it is magic. And then putting this multi-chrome shimmer in the center of your eyelid, game over. Okay, game over. It is incredible and I absolutely love it. It also has a bunch of pretty great greens, but that is not what we're here for today. I don't even want to wipe that off. That is so beautiful. And last but certainly not least, the burgundy palette that I am wearing today, which is this one right here from Mothership. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership number 8 palette, one of my biggest loves, and you can tell because it was the burgundy palette that I wanted to wear for my burgundy video. The formula in here is incredible, and I die for the dual chrome shimmer on my eyelid and that intense gold glitter that just makes the best contrast, doesn't it? This is what I mean by you can have a beautiful burgundy eye look with the right deep burgundy shade and an array of really nice complementary colors, which is why each and every one of today's palettes were chosen, because all of these have an effect like the one I'm wearing right now. Anyways, this is what my Mothership number 8 palette looks like right here. This is the burgundy shade I'm wearing on the outer corner of my eye, and on my crease we have this stunning matte peachy shade almost that, as you can see, just works so nicely with it. Let me go ahead and swatch those. Take a look right there. So stunning. But then we have all of these other shades that also look so amazing with the burgundies in this palette. This down here is the shimmer on my eyelid right now, which I love. Just take a look right there. Let's swatch it. Oh yes, you can totally see how creamy all of these are. As I was swatching and saying you can see how creamy all of these are, my camera died, but here you go. These are the swatches from Mothership number 8. As you can see, absolutely stunning. This shade right here is one that I'm wearing on the outer half of my eyelid, and it's actually a multi-chrome type of shade. It has green and pink and purple in it. It is absolutely stunning, and of course I love the Pat McGrath eyeshadow formula, so I am obsessed with Mothership number 8, and I love the prevailing burgundy color story that this palette has. So those were all 8 of the burgundy palettes I wanted to talk about in today's video. I not only really love their color stories, but I love the performance of each and every single one of these palettes. They all have amazing formulas. As you could kind of tell throughout the video, I do have my preferences, especially when it comes to like shimmer shades to go with the burgundies, because I feel like that makes all of the difference. Anyways, if you're interested in any of these palettes, I am leaving you the links to them down below in the description box of this video, and if you want to know anything else I'm wearing on my face, I have listed it all down below. I love you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, please don't leave without giving it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, please don't leave without subscribing. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.